Hey, the last time I talked to you, I was talking to you about a ceiling fan and what I was going to do in this room, taking the ceiling fan, putting it in my mother's room, and buying a brand new ceiling fan and putting it up here. I talked to you about all kinds of stuff up there, and I was going to replace that and move that into mother's room because that's a 19-year-old ceiling fan. So if I'm going to get a new ceiling fan and there's not one in mother's room now, why not put this one over there? And when I get a new one, instead of putting that in mother's room, guess what? I'm going to put it in the master bedroom right here. And I was talking to you before and about the switch in here, power, reverse, fan, light, and all that kind of stuff, and that there's a little sensor box up in there that reads it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to teach you and explain to you a little bit more about ceiling fans. That's what this video is about. So if you want to stick around, that's what it's going to be. Catch-all thing here and take your remote and set it on that, or you don't even have to use that. You can just set your remote down here on the table, or over here by the TV, or over here by your couch. And then that will control your ceiling fan as long as you have your light switch, your controller on. You have to turn this on. You know, here's the ceiling fan right here, right? That's all there is for that ceiling fan, just that. So if you had a remote, you just turn that on like that, and then you turn that on, off, and all that with your handheld remote. You just leave your switch on your wall on. Okay? That's all you have to do. Well, how else? What if you didn't want a handheld remote? What if you're like, nah, I like Joe's in his bedroom where there's the buttons all here, and I don't want the handheld remote, because if I get the remote, the kids are going to run around with it, and they're going to break it, and they're going to throw it around, and the cover's going to come off the back of it, and I've got to replace the batteries all the time, and pretty soon the remote doesn't work. And if I hear anybody say, "Where is the remote?" one more time for the ceiling fan, I'm going to pull my hair out. Okay, well, hey, you don't have to have a remote. You buy the one that fits that fits right here for your light switch. Okay, and they have those at the store. Instead of getting the handheld remote, it's actually a switch here, and there's different ones that will fit in there. Okay, different brands and stuff, but they're going to kind of look like the one that I showed you upstairs. Okay, for the remote. And then it still comes with the sensor that fits up in that canopy. And those will run you, at least $50 for the handheld remote, or the one that fits in the wall. They're going to be about $50. I'm guessing 50 to 60 bucks, somewhere in there. Okay? And just with a little knowledge, taking the canopy down, you may have to take some of this ceiling fan blades out to get your ladder up in there to work properly, and take that canopy down and undo the wiring, make sure your power's off when you're doing that. And it comes with directions, and it's pretty easy to do that. In fact, I'm sure I've got some videos on my channel about how to install one of those remotes. In fact, I know I do. And if you can't find it on my channel, go to my channel area where it says playlists. Click on the playlist, and I have all kinds of playlists on my channel, and I've got one on everything that I've ever done with ceiling fans, installing them, repairing them, checking things out, putting new wiring up for them, taking one all apart, putting one all up. And I know I have one that takes the remote and puts the sensor up there, and you have a handheld remote, or you actually install one there. So you can find those videos on my channel still, if you can't find them on the main front page, because you'd have to scroll through all kinds of videos in order to find them. Or you go to the search box, on my channel, how to install a ceiling fan, something like that, and anything on my channel that talks about ceiling fans, those will pop up on your screen. Okay, so there's different ways you can find them, but you just install that there, and you can do it that way. Okay, now here's something else. If you don't want that, if you don't want the remote and it costs, it's 50 bucks and you've got that, and then you have to get up in there and you don't really want to do all that. Is there any other way? Yes, there's another way. Yes, there is. You still have to take the switch out. You take the switch out, and then you've got a ceiling fan switch. And I used to have some where the on-off was down here at the bottom, kind of like that for the lights, okay? But it was for the ceiling fan, on-off at the bottom. And then there was a clicker, 1, 2, 3, which was high, medium, low, and press it all the way down, it was off. And you can do something like that. And that will control your on-off without having a sensor up there, without doing anything there. You just reinstall the switch, and that'll turn it on, and it'll change it to high, medium, and low, provided that you have your pull chain already attached in the low position. And see, I'm looking at that, and it looks funny because I'm always used to seeing the ceiling fan blades going the other direction. Because see, it's in reverse now. It is the winter, but we don't really use the ceiling fan. I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to get up there and flip that switch. And so you've got like I was saying, off, high, medium, and low. Or you might have a slide that just goes faster or slower with an off button on it. And then you just have to make sure that your pull chain is on the high speed, because if you have it on medium speed or low speed, then you can't control the ceiling fan over here with a high, medium, and low little switch, you know, because it's already on the pull chain, it's on low or it's on medium. And so, you know, just a few things you have to remember about that. And I used to replace fixed ceiling fans in vacation condo rentals, and there was the chain up here for high, medium, and low, but there was also the switch over there for high, medium, and low, and they would pull the chain. And so I got smart after a while. I took the chain off, made it on high, and then took the chain off or cut it so somebody couldn't reach it, still had it sticking out a little bit, and did that. But then some people, they would pull on the chain thinking they could make it faster or slower or something. Maybe they had the speed set on the wall to medium, but they wanted it to go faster. They didn't realize the wall switch could make it faster, so they pulled the chain and nothing would happen. They pull it again, break the chain off or something, have it stuck in medium or have it stuck in low, and I'd have to come take this all apart here and fish the chain, you know, the last little bit in there and pull on it, or I'd have to take it apart and fix it a different way. It's really tricky on all the different things you have to do for ceiling fans. But I got all those videos on my channel. You don't have to worry about that. But see, now it's going the regular way, and it's on high because I have it on high. And so when I turn this off, it's just going to go off. And every time I turn it on and off, it's just going to be on high. If I want it on medium, I got to get up there, reach up there and pull the chain for medium or low or whatever. Or I can change it. Now you know all the different ways you can change it, right? You can change it right here to a manual one with on-off down here, and another thing that you can just adjust this type of ceiling fan with high, medium, and low, or a slide, whatever. Those are cheaper. That might be less than 20 bucks as opposed to 50 or 60 bucks for the electrified one that's attached to a sensor. Then you have to go up there with the sensor and rewire it and all that kind of stuff. So see, I can leave it like this with just this, with some minimal effort to adjust the ceiling fan, or I can change this switch to the other type where I can just do this generic one, high, medium, low, and off only. With the light, you wouldn't have it with the light over here. You would have to still do it there, and I think they've got one. I've seen them where you can just replace this right here if you already have the light kit, the same type, that it doesn't have the module, does not have a module up there. You can just have it on a slide here where half of it on this side is high, medium, low for the ceiling fan, and you got on, off over here, or dimming for the light if you have a light kit already on it. You've got that way. Or you've got your handheld remote that you have to buy the module that fits up in there, or you have the electrified ceiling fan switch here that you've got on, off, reverse, light, high, medium, and low on it, and all that, but you have to put the remote up there. So there's like, that's like four different ways on how to operate an actual ceiling fan. Well, I hope you learned something on this particular video. And you know I gave you a lot of information, and I'm giving you a little classroom setting, teaching wise, on all the different types of things you can do with the ceiling fan, the options you've got, and all of that, so you're well versed on if you have an existing ceiling fan, if you want to fix it, if you want to replace it, if you want to do something different to your switches in the wall, how much money you want to spend, all that good stuff, so you can save more money around the house. And why can you save more money? Because I know after you buy whatever it is you're going to do for the ceiling fan, you're going to do it yourself and save big. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. And of course, when I get ready to install the new ceiling fan and the new switch and all the other stuff in the other room on reinstalling this existing one over in Mother's room, I'll be sure to make a video for you, for all of the different things that I'm going to do. Of course, it's not going to be in one video. It's going to be in all kinds of different videos, but I'll put them all together so that you can see from start to finish that you too can save money around the house.